Hello, my name is Bud Everts. I am the Internet Accent Coach with English by the Hour based in California. One of the techniques that I'd like to talk about today addresses one of the challenges that many non-native speakers have in trying to speak American English as a native speaker would do. And one of the major issues they have is the proper pronunciation of the TH sound. And the key to this is very simple, does take practice, but there's two basic components that need to be addressed in order to make the TH sound properly. First of all, the tongue needs to be forward between the teeth. So as I say the word thank, if you look real closely, you'll see that my tongue is not behind the teeth, but it's actually between the teeth. Now, along with that, you notice that that's a long sound, and that sound requires lots of airflow as well. So one way to measure that isn't just by listening to your sounds, but this tissue technique is a wonderful way to make sure that you're both having the tongue between the teeth, that you're making the sound with adequate airflow, and you're making the sound long enough. So some of the common sounds that might get confused with the TH sound is the T sound. So let's talk about these two words, tank versus thank. I'd like to thank him for the tank. Now the difference here is with the TH, again, my tongue is moving forward between the teeth and I have lots of airflow. I can measure that airflow with this tissue technique. Tissue technique is very simple. Take a very light piece of paper such as a tissue, toilet paper will also work, but something that will flow very, very easily, not a heavy piece of paper. As you say the word thank, for example, you should be able to make this tissue actually fly almost horizontally as you practice it. Don't be afraid to exaggerate the length of the sound, so it doesn't have to be short like tank, but thank. And the longer that you make that sound as you practice, the more it reinforces to the brain that the tongue needs to be forward with lots of airflow. So watch as I say the word thank, holding this tissue right below my eyes and having it right in front of my mouth. Thank you. Now if I'm saying the word tank, notice the difference in the tissue. Tank, tank. You notice that the tissue does move, but it barely moves, and it only moves for a short period of time because that T sound is very short versus the long TH in thank. So again, you can practice this at home. Thank you. And if you're having that type of success, then you know you're doing the word properly. A couple other words to try that on. Tin versus the word thin. I have a thin piece of tin. When you say thin, using that tissue, thin. Now, one of the things you want to do is, first of all, make sure that you have lots of air. If you're starting out and you don't have much air, you'll try to say thin and you're going to run out of air. So take a deep breath, raise those shoulders up, take a deep breath, and then say thin. And a couple other words you can use, the word tongue versus thong. So as I say thong, I can make that tissue fly. So a great way to practice that and really work on getting that consistency with your TH sounds so they're not confused for other words that we begin with the T sound. If you'd like more information on our programs, especially those done over the internet, available anywhere in the United States or throughout the world, please contact me through our website, englishbythehour.com.